Yes, good morning, students. So today we are going to continue with the poem which we had been doing for the last 1 or 2 days. So the ball poem. Here the ball is symbolic of materialistic possessions. Materialistic possessions, the things which we own and become very possessive about. So the main idea of the poem is like it's okay to have the things with you because we are human beings, and in order to live we need to have certain positions, but those materialistic positions should not make us possessive. Okay, we should not become possessive about those things, and those possessions should not become our obsession in the end, because when it happens then uh, we become over attached with that thing, and it becomes impossible for us to move on without that. And that is what the bondage is, and that bondage should not be there in our life. Okay, the human beings should be denunciated, or the human beings should be like not should not be like attached with something to that extent that they cannot move on without that. So the poem is basically about the spirit of detachment. So like in this world, we should live without being attached with something or someone too much. Okay, it's okay that we must love everybody, we must be attached with everybody. It's okay that we must value the things which we get, but yes, at the same time, we must not become possessive or obsessed with anything, because the obsession or being possessive about something makes us slave. And the moment we become slave to something, that very minute the very charm of life is deprived. We are deprived of the charm of life. So in order to have a charm in life, in order to find meaning in life, we must remain detached. Okay, we must value the things, but attachment should not be there. Okay, we must remain detached with the things or with the people, but at the same time we must value everything and everyone. That is what this poem is basically about. And the poem, it starts off with a boy, the one who has lost his ball in the water body. And the poet wonders as to what he would do now, what his reaction will be. So, what his reaction would be, and what will be his course of action after he has lost the ball. Because the poet knows, the poet knows very well, like where that boy's ball has gone, because the poet, being third person, had been watching the whole action. He had been watching the whole scene uh, from third person point of view, and he had seen the ball going down the street and getting disappeared into a water body. So the poet even points out that there is no use to say, oh, there are other balls. The poet very well knows the mentality of the boy. He knows the mental state of the boy. He knows that the boy is very much attached with the ball, and it will be just insignificant to tell him that there are other balls. Of course, materialistic things, they are in abundance. Okay, if you've lost one ball, then there would be so many more balls available, maybe in the market, or maybe the parents might have kept them in store for him. So but the point is that there is no point of telling the boy that there are more balls. So why is it irrelevant to tell this boy? Why is it insignificant? Because the boy is over attached with that ball which he has lost. So now it would be immaterial for him to know that there are more balls available, because he would want that particular ball which he has lost. So why will he want that only? Because he is attached. Okay, he is psychologically or mentally or emotionally attached with that ball. So an ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. So in the very beginning, the poet started off, he wonders like how the boy will behave, how will he react? And the answer is coming up like now the boy, the loss of the ball has made the boy become stiff, rigid. It has made him become stiff. He's standing there motionless, trembling. His body is shaking, trembling because of the fear that he might have lost the ball forever. The fear of permanent loss of the ball makes him rigid and trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. So at that time, the shock has made him so much, uh, so much rigid. He's so much scared that he keeps staring at the harbor. He keeps on staring at that water body where that ball has gone. So all his young days, the point is, all his young days means throughout his life, he would spend his all young days, he would spend his whole time in looking at that water body where he has lost his ball. The point is that he is not finding it easy to come to terms with the loss. I would not intrude on him. The poet says that I will not go to console him. I will not go and talk to him about his loss, or I would not go to him to talk to or to console him about the loss. A dime, another ball is worthless. I would not go there and tell him that he can buy one more ball because it is useless. It would be useless to tell him that there can be more balls with more money. Now his senses, now he senses first responsibility in a world of possessions. So the poet says that ultimately this loss is going to make the boy learn the first lesson of becoming responsible. So in this world of materialistic possessions, he will learn the first lesson of becoming detached with whatever you own. So the very first lesson of responsibility will dawn upon him because this is for the first time that he has lost something and he will come to the realization. The realization will dawn upon him that life is just not all about possessing the things, it's also about losing. Okay, life is just not all about getting something, it's also about losing. It's not always about being happy, it's also about being sad. He will come to understand the dual aspect of life, that it's just not about the day, it's also about night. It's not just about success, it's also about failure. So life is all about mixed aspects of feelings. It may be about sadness, it may be about happiness, and this loss will teach him this responsibility. It will teach him the fact that he must try to stand up for the loss. He must try to tolerate the loss of something which he valued a lot. People will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy. And no one buys a ball back. So people will take balls. Which balls? So the ball which was with the boy, there might be the times when people might take away his things. So the boy will learn the lesson that he will be deprived of the possessions. It's not that if you have something, there is no guarantee that you will always have that with you. You may be deprived of that possession by anyone. People will take balls. So what you have, maybe others will claim it. People will be there to pounce upon your achievement. So here ball is just not a toy. Ball is just not a ball. Ball is symbolic of any materialistic position. It is symbolic of any materialistic achievement also. Okay, if you stood first in the class this time, then there might be other students who will try to claim the topmost position next time. If today, if A child was first, the next time maybe the X child would be at first. Got it? People will take balls. People will try to take away your achievements. How will they try to take away your achievements? Because they will also be working hard. Okay, so when there is some achievement, there will always be a constant fear of losing it. Mind it. Okay, maybe it's money, maybe it is position, maybe it is status, or maybe it is a simple toy. So people will take balls. Here, ball is symbolic of any materialistic possession or position. Mind it. Got it? Ball is symbolic of any materialistic possession or position or status even. So there will always be a risk of losing what you have today. But doesn't mean that if you lose something tomorrow, then you give up. If you have it today, if you are celebrating the achievement today, then you must also be ready to lose it and to get it back again. Got it? So the loss should not shake you to pieces. Shock should not shamble you to pieces. Shock should make you stronger. Loss should make you stronger. Balls will be lost always. So if you have something, if you achieve something, then there will always be a risk of losing it. Little boy, and no one buys a ball back. And moreover, remember one thing, that money cannot buy everything. Money cannot buy you the position or the achievement which you have been able to get with great hard work or what. So if you had happiness, if you were happy because of something, maybe materialistic position or maybe some achievement, then money will not be able to buy you that happiness. Money is external. He's learning well behind his desperate eyes. He's learning well behind his desperate eyes the epistemology of loss, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days, how to stand up, and gradually light returns to the street. So this we'll do later on. So money will not be able to buy him everything. This he will learn. So well behind his desperate eyes. So he is very desperate. How is he responding right now? So he has become very disappointed. He has become almost hopeless. He's not getting any ray of hope, whether he would be able to get his ball back or not. The epistemology of loss. So he's understanding the meaning of loss. He's understanding the nature of loss. He's understanding how to stand up. He's trying to understand now this loss of ball will make him understand how to tolerate the loss, knowing what every man must know one day and most know many days, how to stand up. So today he will understand the nature of loss. And what's the nature of loss? Like if you have lost something, you must know how to live without that. Because life is just not about stopping and giving up. Life is about moving ahead, right? So he's going to understand this thing today. This loss will teach him that he must move on. The way other people have also learned this lesson many times in their lives. So it's not that only this boy is undergoing the loss and understanding. Everybody in this life, all people, they learn this lesson of loss and eventually standing up. So the people, those who stand up and tolerate the loss, they are able to move ahead. Whereas the people, those who get stuck at one place and keep on brewing over their loss, they give up. They stop growing up. They stop moving ahead. They stop progressing. How to stand up and gradually light returns to the street. A whistle blows, the ball is out of sight. Soon part of me will explore the deep and dark floor of the harbor. I am everywhere. I suffer and move. My mind and my heart move. With all that move me, under the water or whistling, I am not a little boy. So what does the poet say? The poet says, a whistle blows, the ball is out of sight. So within no time, the ball gets disappeared. Soon part of me will explore the deep and dark floor of the harbor. So soon part of me will explore the deep and dark floor of the harbor means, what is a deep and dark floor of the harbor? Deep and dark floor of the harbor means the unknown vistas of life, the unknown, the fields of life which are unknown. Being human beings, we have our own limitations. We cannot cross the oblivion. We cannot cross our limitations. We can see, we can view, or we can, make estimate of the things as far as our understanding, or as far as our, as far as we are able to see. And beyond that, we become helpless. So we can try up to our best. We can do our best to retrieve the things. Okay, retrieve the lost thing or lost position. So if you have lost something, we can try our level best to get it back. So some soon part of me will explore the deep and dark floor of the harbor. So very soon, when that boy has lost something, then maybe I would try to do my level best. I am everywhere. I suffer and move. My mind and my heart move with all that move me. So no doubt the loss will make me suffer. No doubt this very loss will make me keep on exploring the things so far I can. Okay, Asheen, let me check from the book.